Hello and welcome to 100 Days Plus. Sniffer dogs have been sent into Grenfell Tower with the grim task of finding bodies.
At the moment, we know 17 people were killed in the blaze, but that number is expected to rise, as many are still missing. The last of the fires are being dampened down. Specialist teams are now working inside the tower to secure parts of the building.
We know there will be more. It's the upper floors that will be more challenging and we'll need some additional shoring for us to be able to get in there. The size of this building, it could take weeks. I want to be realistic, this is a very long process.
There are so many questions. Where did the fire start? How did it spread so quickly? The Prime Minister, who visited the scene today, has ordered a full public inquiry. This is the view right now of what remains of the tower. We'll be live in West London for all the latest.
Also, Congressman Steve Scalise is still in critical condition. He was shot at a baseball practice yesterday, but tonight his colleagues, both Republicans and Democrats, will go ahead with their annual game, a rare display of political unity. Less unified, President Trump hits back at reports he's under investigation for obstruction of justice. He calls it the biggest witch hunt in history.
Not the fake polls. They're the ones we're not winning in.
And the Australian Prime Minister jokes fun with Donald Trump's winning ways. We'll let you judge his impersonation.
Hello, I'm Fraser in London. Katty is in Washington. We still don't know how many people died in the Grenfell Tower blaze, but police say it will be more than the current death toll, which now stands at 17. And such is the destruction inside this building, it could take firefighters weeks to recover the remains.
Today, sniffer dogs, which are much lighter than people and specially trained to locate bodies, have been sent into the building to help with the search. 37 people are still in hospital, 17 in critical condition. Our Home Affairs editor Mark Easton has this report.
Steve Rosenberg there in Moscow. Kudos to Steve for actually getting a question to Vladimir Putin. I'm not sure there were many journalists who did that. You're watching 100 Days Plus from BBC News.
Still to come for viewers on BBC World News and the BBC News channel. More on the London Tower block fire. We follow two families who are still searching for their relatives.
And President Trump wasn't especially complimentary of Qatar the other week, so why is he selling them American arms? It's all coming up on 100 Days Plus here on BBC News.
Good evening. Some subtle changes with the weather story through the course of the day today. These are the sea temperatures, around 11 to 14 degrees. Take care.
Outside Source doesn't just report a story, it looks at it from every angle. Live data visualizations help us understand what's happening and what it means. Interactive maps take you from a global view right down to street level. Real-time reporting and reaction from social media means you get the latest as we do. And the BBC's unparalleled global expertise allows us to reality check the biggest stories.
News for a digital world, Outside Source, with me, Ros Atkins.
Tonight at 9 on the BBC News channel.
Welcome back to 100 Days Plus. I'm Katty in Washington. Christian Fraser's in London.
Our top story, the British Prime Minister orders a full public inquiry into the London Tower block tragedy. 17 people are now known to have died. Many more are still missing.
And coming up, the father of the American student sent home from North Korea in a coma gives more details on his son's condition.
Well, it's coming up to 48 hours since the fire began in London's Grenfell Tower, and still, astonishingly, we don't know how many people died. Around the streets and the temporary shelters, there are handwritten posters listing the names of loved ones that have not yet been found.
It seems almost impossible that the number of dead won't rise considerably. Our special correspondent Lucy Manning reports now on two families' desperate search for relatives and a warning that you may find the details here distressing. Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see whether Mr. Trump tweets about this in the early hours of tomorrow morning, or whether Melania manages to restrain him from doing so. But I think you're right, there probably is behind the scenes, and I suspect that Mr. Turnbull would very much like that to have stayed behind the scenes.
Yeah, no doubt.
I suspect there's a little bit of fun being poked. OK, that is 100 Days Plus for this week. Do get in touch with us using the hashtag BBC 100 Days Plus.
We'll be back at the same time on Monday. From Katty K in Washington and me, Christian Fraser. Thanks very much for watching.